I think that the industry is keen on talking already about addressability, the kind of dream where everyone will get his own message on his own device and so on. And we should first talk about acceptability, because I think that advertising is less and less acceptable for many consumers. When you have more than 250 million people getting so bored or upset that they put ad blocker in their own system, download it in their browser, and kick any kind of ad coming, I would say it's kind of a wake-up call. Something is wrong. Something is wrong because I think that advertising can be fantastic. Great advertising works incredibly well for brands, but bad advertising is terrible, and people don't want that. And I think that there is a necessity for any kind of agency, clients, marketeers to really try to clean the slate, to clean the screen, and go back to the consumer with the trust and say, okay, look, we want that moment of time to be the most entertaining as possible. And so literally it's ad blocking online, but it's also ad skipping on a bigger screen. And we know that the more you go into SVOD consumption and so on, it's ad-free environment. So we train, especially new consumer, to have a lot of quality content without any kind of ads, which is a bit of worry for free-to-air media. Remember that advertising is not only good to sell product, but it's also great because it gives you access to free content, free TV, free radio, free paper, and not every consumer, especially in emerging countries, are ready to pay for content because they just can't afford. They're just leaving the poverty line and they just want to access to content, education, culture in a free way. So going back to the technological challenge, I think that when it's about ad blocking, obviously you can see especially the newspaper and publisher trying beyond the paywall to be a bit more active on not greenlighting the use of ad block and telling consumers and internet users, guys, if you want to accept that content, you just need to switch off your ad blocker. Otherwise, we can't make money, we can't sustain the machinery. On the ad skipping, I think that there is interesting technology answers, and especially the one you mentioned, Andy. We just launched with Vice and our US Arena Media company a partnership using the Myriad technology. And what Myriad enable, it's a pixel by pixel integration. So post-shooting, even with old Friends TV show, you will have access to a way to bring brands in the content itself. So no need for a bumper before or an ad after, any kind of pre-roll or stuff like that. It's just in the content that you have a technological integration of the product. Let's say that it's a programmable product placement, addressable product placement. It needs three things to work. First, obviously, the relevancy between the products and the content itself. You won't put a smartphone into a period drama like Downton Abbey. It needs, obviously, to be acceptable in the way it's qualitatively integrated in the content, and then you need to be sure that it's a great way also to entertain the people and to make the experience more interactive or funny. So what we have done with Vice, for Viceland, their new TV channel, is try to reshaping the way you put brands, not before or after, but in the content itself. And I think that, again, we need to pioneer new technique because there is a kind of alert to be reasoned when it's about consumer perception and consumer acceptance. So again, that's the element. When it's about technology, I think that if we're not taking things seriously, if we're not putting in place what we try to do at our humble level with the Meta Quality Barometer, which aggregates raw data from every kind of startups like the Integral Ad Science and White Ops, and literally checking with the publisher the quality of their own inventory, we may face some issue. Some talk about in 2 years' time, if nothing is done, the kind of media subprime, because you just don't know what you buy, you don't know exactly what you sell. There is, even in private marketplace, premium inventory with some dirty inventory in. If we want to talk about the way consumers today are quite upset by some advertising technique online, let's say that pre-roll is getting people more and more nervous. I think that there is less and less acceptance of an interruption, especially on mobile. The pop-up and the thing that literally decrease the experience of the user have really to be challenged big time. We can't let that going along the way, because again, I think that people will skip us and will skip the products, and this is not good. So if we really want that behavior, new pattern to stop or to diminish, we need to change the trade-off. We need to change the conversation.